Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Everyone, I'm outside at Residential Schools Surveyor's house, and we're about to start an interview with this Residential School Surveyor.
Oh, hello.
Hello, sir. What is your name?
My name is Vanessa, and I'm one of the few survivors from the residential schools.
Okay, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
What were your most memorable experiences from residential schools?
I was taught that my culture was wrong from a very young age. Indigenous people in the residential schools were treated very poorly by being punished and abused by the teachers teaching there. I was beaten whenever I spoke my own language.
What are you saying? Speak English. I don't understand you.
Hey! Hey! Stop! I won't do it again!
Okay, fine, but I want to go easy on you next time.
Sorry, I got some mercy.
Tell me more about what happened in the residential schools.
It all started when these trucks came over to our houses. The strangers told me to pack up without having a chance to say goodbyes to my family nor my dog. I felt like I was being arrested and getting escorted into jail. Some of us couldn't believe it was actually happening in real life. Some cried and cried and cried until we reached the school doors. It was the darkest day of our lives.
Hey kid, pack up real quick. We don't have much time.
Cưng nói đi.
Let's go.
Oh, what?
Let's go.
Cái này cái gì vậy?
Let's go.
What happened in there?
It was a horrible experience. I was abused. Physically? Mentally?
You're ugly. Your nose covers half of your face.
And sexually. I was punished every time I did something wrong. You would think that schools would teach us with words, but residential schools were different. They only made us do labor work with farming.
Okay, what kind of punishments did they give you?
For punishments, I wasn't given food whenever I failed a test, and I got beaten every time I spoke my own language.
Dạ, rồi có cái trên tiết trời thì nhà tôm mấy cá yeah. Cái ngộ ngoại quá. Ngoan quá.
Hey, I told you guys to speak English.
What happened after you graduated residential schools? Did they give you a place to stay?
No, I wasn't provided that luxury. I was left alone with no one to ask help from. I have two friends, however, that survived residential school. That's all.
How were you affected by residential schools?
Since I wasn't taught much about my culture, I have been taught about another man's culture. I've always had this feeling, a feeling of incompleteness. I finally figured out what's the meaning of it when I got educated later on in my
Were
life.
you able to move on and forget about the treatment the government gave you?
I have been trying to move on and forget about the experiences I had with residential schools, but I don't seem to be able to. I was traumatized.
Think about residential schools now.
I don't necessarily think that the government has bad intentions. I feel like they just have the wrong assumptions of Aboriginal people not capable of managing their own affairs. We feel offended by the fact that we were treated like incapable children. I feel like I was a victim of this process, even though I later on knew why they did this. I still hate the government for beating me for trying to express my culture.
How do you think these schools will affect your future generations?
I believe that residential schools will have a long-lasting effect on my children and grandchildren. I don't know how my parents would have raised me, so I don't know of my family's traditions. My children was raised based on what I learned in residential school. The effects will stay in our culture forever, and we will never be the same.
Do you have any suggestion in regards to dealing with intergenerational trauma?
I stress that survivors should just try and forget about all of it. They should try and forget and find out what is left to them, their past may seem unjust and frustrating, but it's all in the past, you know? We should make amends and move on for a better future.
And lastly, I have two quotes here
Okay.
from Duncan Campbell Scout and Johnny McDonald. What do you think of them?
I agree with the first quote because we can take care of ourselves without the British influences. Their influences have made our culture worse and we've lost major parts of it.
And what do you think of the second quote?
I disagree with this because if they can't call us savages, we had taken care of our land and ourselves for thousands of years, and they can't just come in and force us to assimilate into their culture. But the past is the past, and I have already forgiven them for their inhuman actions.
You heard it all here, folks. We hope to see you again tomorrow with more interesting news. This is Canadian News Channel, and have a good day.